All right, guys, we are back in for the final game between Pathetic Wretches and Team Awesome Sauce. Pathetic Wretches, bam! They put a hurting on to Team Awesome Sauce, and maybe Team Awesome Sauce will show us some, awesomeness this time around. Because last time, that was not awesome. Uh, that was anything but awesome. So we are now in game number 2. We've started off the draft. Let's go and jump on in there, see what's happening. We are going to Infernal Shrines. We got ourselves Maiev and Sonya as the first bans. So it's interesting that they opted to ban Sonya, probably because they were scared of it being picked up so early, but they could have actually picked up Sonya here as side of Pathetic Wretches. The Diablo is a solid pick for the side of a Team Awesome Sauce. The Maiev ban was pretty good too because Roth looked like an insane animal on it. I mean, I wouldn't want to face Roth's Maiev after that game either. But there's a lot of power picks coming on out here. We have Stukov and Hanzo picked up for the side of Pathetic Wretches. We got Diablo, Malfurion, and still can have we are going to get the Dahaka. So we'll probably see Blaze as the pickup here against Dahaka. Most likely. Not necessarily, but most likely. So at this point, they need to start banning some range DPS. They've already picked, a support and both their tanks, warriors, and this kind of puts a little bit of a bind in, put them in a binding situation of not knowing what to ban here. You can ban Phoenix, I suppose. That's because right now there's a lot less of the ability to lock down a team's DPS. Right now, the tanks and supports are the heroes that are, with very limited choices that are, exceptional or deemed exceptional. And so DPS, on the other hand, there's a lot more choices to pick up here. So they're going to opt to ban out the Gul'dan because they already saw them choose the Gul'dan. But there's a good chance they weren't going to pull out the Gul'dan again. At least I hope they weren't going to pull out the Gul'dan again. Not that I think it was bad, but because of the fact that it's very I'm trying to think of the word here, choreographed, that you would pick a Gul'dan potentially. So they opt to ban out the Jaina once again, another respect ban, and essentially the Gul'dan is a sort of respect ban in that they'd rather them not pick it up, which now creates like a very odd situation for both teams. A lot of heroes that have been picked up from the previous game, actually all of them from the previous game, are bans this game. So no Maiev, no Jaina, no Sonya, no Gul'dan. So you could potentially pick up a Falstad to go alongside the Hanzo, be the solo laner against the Dahaka. Then he can pick up, something like Wingman to be able to potentially just get those camps. They could also get the Giant Killer to melt through Diablo. Instead, they're going to opt for Blaze and pick up the Tychus. So the one problem with Tychus is because Diablo can charge into him, stun him, potentially, bust all over Tychus by overpowering him and charging him again. But Stukov can put a hurt in on that combo based on dropping a good, silence. And the Kel'Thas and Junkrat, I really like the Junkrat. Kel'Thas, I don't know how I feel about it. He'll be able to, queue and clear up a lot of skeletons, but he doesn't outrange Hanzo. He could outrange Tychus, and he could potentially get a big, multi-man stun on the front line for Pathetic Wretches. So there is ETC interrupts, Diablo, Malfurion, Pelthos, Junkrat. Like ETC is kind of a bad pick. They should be picking Garage here. It's a little bit harder to pick Garage here because of the way the objective is, and you have lots of crap sitting on top of you. But a good taunt will prevent lots of people from getting away. And there is the Garage. It's insane to see Garage go so long with neither a ban or a pick by either team. Literally the last pick available, and that is Garage. So let's talk about these two teams. Junkrat and Kel'Thas will have an easy enough time to clear this up. The Tychus, Stukov, and Hanzo will actually be slower until Hanzo picks up something like Explosive Arrow. Explosive Arrow is really where the real kind of wave clear comes from. Explosive Arrow is also highly useful on the objective, because if you take Explosive Arrow and they're standing anywhere near the skeletons, all of a sudden it blows up in their face. This isn't exactly something you want. And we'll see how this works out, though. Both teams, I like both of the teams' comps overall, with like the power picks from Team Awesomesauce. But I also like the general comp, some of those picks on the side of Pathetic Wretches. So we are now back in it. We got this time Akash on the Kel'Thas, Tribulation on the Diablo. So switching coups, playing coup. Prudentious 69 on the Dahaka. 7 Oopers on the Junkrat. Funk Panda on the Malfurion. And that is going to be Team Awesomesauce. On the other side, we got Percival on that Garage. Roth on the Hanzo. Johio on Blaze. Captain Snail on the Stukov. Once again, Slintos on the Tychus. That is going to be Pathetic Wretches. So we're having to sit here and wait for a little bit. Let's take a look at the level 1s. We got Convection. Okay, let's start with the normal spiel. Never take Convection. What do we see here? Never take Convection. I don't think that he has a talent. Yeah, so Kel'Thas doesn't have a talent here. I'm pretty certain that I'm going to guess they're not going to complete this for a variety of reasons. There's 2 backliners, 2 frontliners, and I guess technically Stukov's in between the two, as far forward as he needs for his lurking arms and for his heals. I have a feeling he won't complete Convection. There is enough CC to peel for him, but enough damage from Hanzo, Tychus, and a Garage throw into the team, and he's dead. I'm pretty certain. Now, if he picks up, so this is a catch-22. The reason I say this is because they don't really dive, but if he gets grabbed by Garage, he's dead. If he takes the shields, he can potentially live, and it also gives him, significantly more mana, and he has less mana issues because of that. You got the Shando's Clarity, so he doesn't need the mana, and so he's picking the Convection, hoping he completes it. But you really get it for the shield, not necessarily for a mana. But Shando's Clarity will allow him to, keep spamming. We got the Enhanced Agility, which, like I mentioned previously, has fallen out of favor. And we're gonna see Devil's Due, put some English on it, nothing out of the ordinary. The Redemption, so I'm interested in seeing if he's going to go Armor Shredding or Never Outmatched. We also have the Adrenaline Stim Pack, Press the Advantage, War Breaker, and finally Growing Infestation. So pretty normal looking builds all around. So now that we're actually back in this here, Izzy Fo Shizzy, getting in ourselves, you know, a trap in there, keeps vision and all that. Percival looking for someone to throw. He's gonna back on out. He's not gonna throw Diablo. I was hoping he would. Don't spread the bomb, don't spread the bomb. Okay, nice job. Tribulation going on into Roth. This is gonna punish him pretty heavily. However, Garage not able to get very far forward as he gets trapped in the trap. We got two over here, one convection. And in the top lane, Ohio getting a lot done there so far. Getting some decent pressure. He took a lot of damage. He will probably tap. Yeah, there we go. There's a tap. Oh, baby. I look for away for a second, come back and look and catch a wild Hanzo going down. So he is back down to 0 stacks. Not exactly what you want there, especially under there. Oh, throw him, throw him. Oh, Percival not getting in a good position there that he could throw. He should have really punished. There's a triple stun. He's now at 5, which gives him the additional damage already. So we got the Stukov clear, bomb coming on out, knockback onto Slintos. Nothing for nothing there. They do have a little XP lead, not going to really amount to much. Top lane, however, Ohio still winning it. It's pretty much two people looking at each other like, neither of us can win this. Like, I'm not going to beat you 1v1. You're not going to beat me 1v1. Let's just clear the minions and call it a day. Oh, Percival getting grabbed there. The nice attempt there. I believe he actually threw him. I'm going to actually check real fast. Yeah, he definitely threw him. So Percival throwing Tribulation, but then he was able to Q on out. I missed that for a second there while I was going around. But nicely done from Tribulation to be able to escape that. Top lane, still a little bit of an advantage for Ohio. Oh, stun on the Garage. Nothing going to come out. Oh, nice knockback from 7 Oopers. 7 Oopers now has the bomb. Slintos, don't eat that bomb. Oh my god. Slintos getting nuked down out of his mind already from that bomb. So taking a look at the talents, we got the Mana Tap here. We got the Strangling Vines. Interesting choice. You normally don't see value out of it, but you could potentially. We got the Hero Stalker here. Ooh. We also got the Taste for Explosions and From the Shadows. We got the Explosive Arrows. The bigger they are, Indomitable, one good spread, and no choice yet for Blaze. I like that he picked up the bigger they are. So there's Tribulation getting pulled on back. There's the Unstoppable for Percival. He's going to land the slow/stun onto Akash, and it's not going to matter. Oh, Joe Hio way out in left field, going to get himself a triple stun. There's the healing from Captain Snail. The Burrow, there's another Q from Percival, and they will be able to walk away. Joe Hio just making it out. Roth doing his best, and he'll pick up the first kill for Pathetic Wretches. Tribulation walking very far forward. And that won't be all for now. So they get themselves a kill. They have equal footing. Percival getting nice zone control here, sitting in the bush. He needs to just eat the trap, so that way he can sit there and get, proper positioning. Tribulation and crew coming on in. Prudentious is on in there. Ohio getting the stun. Rooted in place until the Indomitable is spotted by Percival, and they will kill Haka as he has no one on his team able to help. Akash is in no man's land. Slintos is on him right now. Johal super low, Percival super low, Slintos super low, and Garage will be going down. But Stukov gets himself a kill, helping his team Johio, and there goes bye-bye stacks. Funk Panda, and that is 4 members down on the side of Team Awesomesauce. Despite losing 4 members there, they still have a Junkrat who can, queue this, clear this up, and get back to the action. And he's at 26, It's going to take a lot more. So like hero damage, 8k, 10k, 8k, 8k, Hanzo hitting that 12k, 9k, just to get you an idea of what's been going on. 7's hit up. Joao going to get the stun on 7 Oopers. And Percival, oh, knocked into another dimension. He does have the Indomitable, but it's not going to matter. He doesn't run out in time. They do pick up the Punisher, though, but they are down a person now. Nice pick up there. 7 Oopers. Putting the team on his back, to lifting up Percival onto his side, and they are able to take him down. Now, 7 Oopers knockback on Slintos this time. 7 Oopers knockback onto Percival was great. Funk Panda does drop the root, but the Indomitable would have allowed him to escape, but he stops for a second and walks back right back into it, it looks like. Catching himself back in there, causing him to die, and they only managed to get the front wall, in part due to Percival's death. The bot lane, we have the 1v1 again. This time we do have the Hero Stalker, remember? And he also does have Symbiosis, so he'll be able to keep up Darkstorm a lot more in the team fights, thus getting more, you know, essence and getting a lot of value. Akash and 7 Oopers rotating over. Oh, Joao very far forward. They do have Diablo, but Joao will now back on out. Percival and crew, they're going to be spawning this out. They have the ability to throw him out. They throw him out temporarily. Silence on the point. This is perfect. A beautiful stun from Joao. Akash is super low. Funk Panda super low. First kill, and there is another dead. Slintos has the bomb, getting very far forward on that, and Slintos is going to actually dash on out. No more kills. Pathetic Wretch pick up the camp and pick up a kill. So, Percival's throw was very nice, but Captain Snail, even better with that silence. Like, that's how you silence guys. Put it on the point, no one can contest. Even this silence is pretty nice right now. Captain Snail putting a zoning silence so no one can walk through here, and they have vision on the top side. So, bottom is now going to get pressured. Mid is being held down, and they're going to get themselves the wall if at all possible. I like this because this is the next objective. Open up the map more for the next objective and get yourself more value. And 7 Ooper is going to lend a friendly hand there to Pathetic Wretches and help them pick up this sneak camp. In the top lane, we got Joao rotating back up. 10s have been hit, and we're going to see nothing out of the ordinary. We got the Odin, we have the taunt, we have the flailing swipe, we have Phoenix, Twilight Dream, we got the, I believe it's the adaptation. We got the Riptire and the APOC. So Convection still sitting at a nice number of 0. On the other side, I'm not sure I like the Twilight Dream. It's a good way to disengage the situation, but I think Tranquility was the pick here, honestly. Other side, we haven't looked at the rest of the towns. We did get the Never Outmatched to go with a Redemption, so a lot more of that be spammed. We have the Incinerator Gauntlets. These are Petroleum. We already went over the level 4's quarterback into the fray, and finally within my reach. A very aggressive rotation coming on out. The Dragon's Arrow will land. There's the taunt and the stun and the throw onto Akash. Akash is not long for this world. The Odin's been used. Percival will not be able to stand very long either. Slintos is down. Diablo is down. Captain Snail trying his best. The flailing swipe coming on out. Roth trying to hold this as long as he can, dishing out as much damage, and they actually lose 2. Diablo is back up because he used all 100 souls, and they could potentially pick up even more kills here. There's the grab onto Roth. Roth has nowhere to kill, but they do get the kill onto Junkrat. A 1-for-1. Joao will not be making it out, I believe, as long as the Q lands onto him. Nice body block. The Q is not going to land, and he walks away. A very aggressive call that was looking good, but really Slintos ate way too much damage. I mean, he's only at 14k damage, in part because of dying. If he had stayed up, he had the bigger they are. This is one reason Odin is kind of bad at times, is because he can't use the minigun while he's in Odin, and since he's not in Odin, he's not melting the priority target. So Team Awesomesauce is now looking for the opportunity to get their first Punisher and really get back into this game as they open up the structures. Now, Johio is going to go and take, top fort. They have to be careful because this could actually be a lot more than top fort being given up. There is the Punisher. There's the jump. They'll be able to walk away now, and not too much. Oh, Tribulation not going to land. It does actually land the stun on Roth. That was hella weird. Like, Roth showed he was stunned, but then he actually slid away. Slanto's eating the bomb. He's going to spread it. No. Okay, so Punisher is down. We now have a Johio getting some good value. They are still up on XP a little bit, and this is like literally a hair width of XP difference. Oh, Johio going to be stunned into that wall. There's the root. The bunkers come on out. His team is not going to rotate in time, but it's not going to matter. Johio getting on out of there. So they don't really spend any resources to kill Blaze, and at the same time, Blaze also doesn't really spend much of anything. Bunker doesn't really count as a resource in my opinion. Just an extra long cooldown, a regular ability cooldown, that is. So 13s were picked up by both teams. We have the Pyromaniac. We also had that Burn Flash, the Wild's Growth. Let's go back through the 7s here. The Wild Growth, the Symbiosis, the Tricky Shuffles, and Diabolical Momentum. We now have the Pyromaniac, Ice Block, a Primal Swarm, Ripper Air, and Devastating Charge. This is a very interesting choice for him. I guess it makes sense because he'd pick up Symbiosis alongside of the Hero Stalker. On the other side, we have the Ninja Assassin, the Fuel Leak, the Neo Steel Coating, which is going to be very big since he's taken so much damage, the defensive measures, and finally Virulent Reaction. So 16s are around the corner for both teams. They're literally neck and neck in this race for 16. And I believe the next fight will really determine the flow of the rest of the game. If they hit 16 and they lose the Punisher, that is potentially a keep, depending on how many people die here in the next team fight. So we have ourselves a very quiet lull. Redemption is almost completed. And once again, I want to point out Convection. 3 out of 20 at this point. 3 deaths already on Kel'Thas. So not doing a whole lot of good. Nice root from Funk Panda to prevent anyone from getting caught out there. 16 first caught by Team Awesomesauce, and 16 slowly and surely going to be reached by Pathetic Wretches. So they don't have a bruiser camp at this point. This is one of the problems if you take up your camp first. If the enemy team clears your camp and you then take your if the enemy clears your camp and then they take their camp, they will now have an advantage in that they will be able to free push, which is essentially what's happening right now. It'll sit here, free push, respawn, and their creep wave is about to come and hit here. Tribulation standing in place, waiting for the rotation. Johio has nowhere to go. Oh, the overpower before he can escape. He has to use that bunker. The rotation from his team. He manages to escape. No rotation even needed. Dragon's Arrow coming out very, very late there. And this is not good for this team fight. They burn a lot of resources. Percival coming on in. There they go. They grab him. 3-man taunt. Johio in there. There's the disengage from the Twilight Dream. Slintos is way out in left field, overpowered, stunned. Say goodbye. Prudentuous is full life because he has that adaptation. Team Awesomesauce is doing some awesome things at this moment. Oh man, 7 Oopers really low. Roth trying his best. Prudentuous is trying to chase him down. He does have that extra speed. 7 Oopers Ripper aired, and he's not going to get anything more, but they do get themselves a Blaze. Now, this is very, very bad for Pathetic Wretches. They lose 3 members. They're going to lose this Punisher. They're going to lose this fort. And they don't even get themselves enough of a kill. Or they don't get themselves kills they do burn, you know, a lot of heroics, but because Bunker was down and Dragon Arrow was down for that team fight, they pretty much had that fight 100% in the bag, Team Awesomesauce. So, lesson learned, the lesson here, boys and girls, is don't waste heroics unless you're actually going to get something. Oh my god! Roth out of position now, knocked out by 7 Oopers. And this is very, very high potential to be a keep now. So, we got the alley-oop. Slintos is eating way too much damage this game. Like, this is the problem with Tychus. But the bigger problem is just Slintos is not playing his Tychus very well. His positioning is getting punished over and over again. So Percival eating a boatload of damage. No keep going down. But this will be no front wall and a lot of damage onto this keep so far. They'll now get this Bruiser Camp. And they'll get pressure onto this top lane. Their own wave is not going to be there, but they could theoretically start poking at it if they so chose. So, 16's picked up. We got the Fury of the Sunwell, the Moonlit Harmony, Tunneling Claws, Endless Nades, and finally Domination. This is a huge power spike now. The side of Team Awesomesauce. On the other side, we got Piercing Arrows, the Juggernaut Plating, the Titan Grenade, Earthshaker, and finally Super Strain. Those are all some big talents. Well, especially that Earthshaker and the Piercing Arrows. Now, the rest aren't shabby either. The Juggernaut Plating, the Titan Grenade, even the Super Strain. All really good. So now, we're about to hit 20. This is a very make or break moment for Pathetic Wretches. They honestly should be looking for the fight before 20 hits. They should honestly look for it before 20's hit, because the 20 versus 18 situation is absolutely terrible. Pretty much, as long as you're not a cat at a keyboard, you should be able to win 20 versus 18 in an even situation. And let's say you're not bush ganked or anything of the sort. Like a straight up team fight, 20 versus 18, you should lose it all the time. So 20 versus 18, like I said, this is going to be really bad because they have no forts, top, mid, or bot. Thankfully, it is going to be top the next shrine, so it's not going to be as devastating. However, they really should just give this up. They should go and soak mid and bot lanes and call it a day. You know, you need 20. You're going to have someone, you know, defend this to some degree. You can't just like necessarily let them walk here for free. And so your choice is like let Hanzo go there, let Percival stay, let Johio go soak, and don't walk too far forward, and maybe Percival can get a grab. Oh my god, there's the concussion mine. There's making me worry. Percival. There's the taunt onto Diablo. Follow-up stun from Dragon Arrow coming on in. The root, though, going to stop Johio. And holy crap, boys. We actually had Convection completed. 18 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, basically. So, this is 20 versus 19. The Haka is still pushing lanes, soaking it up. He doesn't really need to soak it up. He basically just needs to clear this up and get the siege camp some pressure. Honestly, they needed to have Blaze soak. They would have been 20 now if they had soaked the lanes. In fact, interestingly enough, they're giving up position here. There's a root. There's the knockback. Percival sent to another planet. Indomitable coming out perfectly timed. Going to land the 3-man stun. Oh no, Prudentious does get the adaptation. He's going to be okay. The Riptire doing so much damage, ripping through the team. Roth has nowhere to go. 7 Oopers jumping on in with the Ripper Air, and that is going to be 2 kills onto the side of Team Awesomesauce. So, we saw this once before. They blew a lot of cooldowns to fight that Prudentious. Prudentious then drops the adaptation, and he speeds on out on top of that. So basically, you got Speed Racer, from Prudentious, They catch him for a brief second. He pops the adaptation, he pops his essence, and then he just walks away for free. And we even have the siege camp all the way bottom making it up to the very front wall. 20s were picked up. We're going to see the play of the game. We're going to get the big red button. Titanic Might now controls chaos. And finally, no choice yet from Blaze. This is the problem that I mentioned, like 20 versus non-20s, it's going to be hell of a fight. And here's the problem also, when you get Cannonball, the grenades are insane. Like, you basically get endless, literally endless grenades now. Roth very far forward, and Slintos needs to be careful, needs to use that Odin ASAP. There's the leap, they need to pull it down. Slintos is going to be caught on out, but it doesn't matter. Actually, it looks like it was Roth who was caught on out. He does have the leap on out of there, and this is going to be one Punisher making its way to the core. Big red button has been used. Ohio, there they go. There's the no taunt. APOC is coming on out. Not going to land on almost anyone. Malfurion is really low. Slintos wrecking the team there. Akash has nowhere to go. The taunt Diablo down. And this is going to be a successful core defense. 7 Oopers trying his best. And Perdantuous is not going to be long for this world. He actually burrows out in time. Johio not going to be able to hit it. The core has taken a lot of damage nonetheless. And 7 Oopers just going to poke from afar. Oh my god, this is super dangerous, but he does make it away. Very, very cheeky. 29% on the core. The throws are not real, but it feels bad, man. So, how do you win this if you are Pathetic Wretches? Pathetic Wretches need to go and invade this at this very second. They need to say, we have, 10 seconds or so, we need to paint this map. They're not going to do anything useful, really. I mean, they're dealing with they do have play of the game. Let me keep that in mind. Or let me keep that in mind for everyone else. Play of the game is available, so he can split, he can clear top, and then he can play of the game into a fight. Really, they need to take a team fight and get at least 2, if not 3 kills. 3 kills optimally, because it makes it almost impossible to backdoor at this point, because Roth can clear the lane, play of the game in, and that's actually what's going to happen. Percival's going to spot this out. He needs to not get caught. There's a double stun onto Tribulation. Not going to matter, as he will walk away. And Tribulation does have the double off of momentum. Oh my god. There's the bunker. There's the arrow on in. Big arrow. Play of the game. APOC is not going to do much except for take out Joe Ohio. Captain Snail, super low. Oh my god. The bombs is going to take out Roth. Roth has been taken out by the Q of Akash. And say goodbye to the remaining members of Pathetic Wretches. Team Awesomesauce coming out swinging, showing they mean business, showing that game number 1 was a mistake, because they are now closing this out as they will be marching onto the core. And well done by Team Awesomesauce. A well-earned victory indeed. Now, taking a look at some of those damage numbers, Roth pumping out 65k damage, Akash getting 65k almost as well, Junkrat getting 59k, Tychus massively behind with almost a 20k deficit, Slintos only hitting 42k damage. Honestly, I don't like to be like, pointing fingers, but I felt Slintos' play left a lot to be desired. He died 3 times, to be fair, compared to Roth's 5 times. But Roth did so much more damage, it didn't even matter. He had 23k more damage that he dished out, while Tychus got caught out very early and multiple times in those games, resulting in his death and resulting in, I feel like his team losing in part due to that. Additionally, like, if we look at the healing done, if you looked at the previous game, I kind of said this was a story of not enough healing on the side of Team Awesomesauce. They put out the damage, but they didn't have the healing to handle Pathetic Wretches. because they didn't have the damage to handle Pathetic Wretches. Well, they had a very pathetic game, to be honest. I mean, what was it? 17 kills to 1 or 20 kills to 1 at the end there. Uh, yeah, not looking very good. This time around, they pick up the Malfurion, and look at the difference here. It's a 17k difference in healing, a little under 17k difference, but because they closed that gap in the healing numbers, all of a sudden the DPS Akasha and 7 Oopers did this game changed the story of how it went completely. They weren't getting out healed, which means the damage they did take was, getting negated to some degree or other. So nice job from Pathetic Wretches in game 1. Nice job for Team Awesomesauce in game number 2. I'm not going to be doing an interview unless one of the two teams asks.